I used to love being home alone. It felt like freedom, the kind you only get when the house is quiet and every creak and hum becomes part of your own private world. But after that night, silence doesn't comfort me anymore. It stalks me. It was a Friday, sometime in early October. I remember because my parents were heading out for the weekend to visit my aunt, and I practically begged them to let me stay behind. I was 17, nearly an adult, and all I wanted was a weekend of junk food, movies, and absolutely zero small talk. They left around 5 p.m. I waved them off from the driveway, shut the front door, and locked it behind me. First thing I did was order a pizza and throw on a hoodie. The house was already getting that early autumn chill, the kind that makes everything feel a little heavier. I was halfway through a dumb horror movie when the pizza guy rang the bell. I paid, took the box, and shut the door with a foot. Standard stuff. Until I noticed something weird. The porch light was off. I could have sworn I left it on. I even remembered twisting the bulb in that morning because it had been flickering. I shrugged it off. Maybe it burned out. Maybe I imagined it being on. Not a big deal. But it didn't feel right. By 10 p.m., the wind had picked up outside. The house groaned the way old houses do, wood contracting, glass rattling a little in the windows. But it was nothing I hadn't heard before. What threw me was a sound I heard from upstairs. It was quick, like a creak, followed by a thud. I paused the movie. The room went dead silent. Then again, creak, thud. It sounded like someone walking. Upstairs. I didn't move at first. My mind rushed through a dozen rational explanations. Maybe something fell in the attic. Maybe it was the wind shifting the house. Maybe I was just being stupid, scared by a horror movie. But then it came again. 2 definite footsteps. I stood up, heart starting to race. I didn't want to go check. Everything in me told me to stay right there, maybe turn the TV back on, maybe laugh at myself. But I had to check. I couldn't just sit there pretending. I grabbed a flashlight from the kitchen drawer, then hesitated by the staircase. My parents always left the hallway light on upstairs, just a dim nightlight kind of thing. But tonight it was dark, completely dark. The flashlight flickered as I clicked it on. Great. Each step up the stairs felt like I was pushing against something heavy. My legs didn't want to move. My brain kept screaming at me to go back down. "Hello?" I called. No answer. I reached the top and scanned the hallway. All the doors were closed except mine, which I'd left open earlier. My room was dark, untouched. Then I saw it. A shadow just barely moving under the door to the guest room. I froze. No wind could do that. That was a person's shadow, standing still, just waiting. I backed up 1 step. The wood creaked under my foot and the shadow moved. Fast. I didn't wait. I turned and ran down the stairs, nearly twisting my ankle in the process. I locked myself in the bathroom, shut off the flashlight, and crouched in the tub with my phone. No signal. I don't know how long I stayed there. Maybe 20 minutes. Maybe longer. Every tiny sound made my skin crawl. I kept imagining the bathroom door slowly opening, someone's face peeking around the corner. Eventually, I mustered the courage to creep back out. The house was dead quiet again. I tiptoed to the front door, heart pounding, and checked the lock, still engaged, deadbolt too. I thought, maybe it was my imagination. Maybe I saw a shadow from outside. Maybe I've completely lost it. But then I saw the footprints, bare feet, wet, leading from the back door, through the kitchen, up the stairs. The back door was unlocked. I stared at that handle for what felt like years. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. The only thing that finally snapped me out of it was the sound of a phone buzzing. Mine. Signal returned. I called the cops. They showed up 20 minutes later. By then, whoever it was, if it was anyone, was long gone. They found nothing. No signs of forced entry, no prints, no wet floor anymore either. Like someone had gone back and wiped everything away. The officer looked at me like I was making it up. I could see it in his face. "Probably just a prank," he said. "Someone trying to scare you." I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I found something worse. There was a photo on my phone. I didn't take it. It was taken with the front camera. The timestamp was from around 9:45 p.m., before I heard the footsteps. It was a picture of me, asleep on the couch, and behind me, in the hallway, a man. Tall, thin, with no shirt. His face was half hidden in shadow, but I could make out a smile. I don't remember falling asleep. I showed my parents when they came home. They didn't say anything at first. My mom just covered her mouth. My dad took the phone and walked out of the room. They didn't let me stay alone again. We got new locks, an alarm system, cameras. My dad even bought a gun. But here's the thing that haunts me the most. Last week, I was looking through some of the old footage from our new security system, just testing it, seeing how it worked. There's a clip from 3 nights ago. Around 2:17 a.m., I'm asleep in bed, and the camera in the upstairs hallway catches a man walking past my door. He's barefoot. He never looks at the camera. He just walks down the hallway and disappears at the edge of the frame. No alarms went off. All the doors were still locked. And when I checked the camera memory the next day, that clip was gone. I only saw it because I'd exported it the night before. Something told me to. I don't know who he is or what he wants, but I'm starting to think he never left, and I'm not sure he ever will.